Hey everyone, it's Carissa Wiley here for Concord and Ninth. Thanks for joining me today. It's time for an introduction to the Poinsettia Quilt Top Die Set. This die set is brand new in the quilt top line from Concord and Ninth, and they have been so popular, and this one just has all the holiday vibes. This 7-piece die set not only includes the stitched area for your quilting pieces, but also a shadow or base layer, so you can use them together or separately, which makes this die set so much more versatile. So here's a look at that stitched pattern that I've die cut into a card front. Now, because I haven't used the outline die, I can actually do this right on the card base. But if I want this to be a separate standalone element, I can then die cut that using the shadow or base layer die and create a whole separate element that I could then pop up onto a card front. So you can use this in a couple of different ways. Now there's also this fabulous joy sentiment in this die set, which includes the shadow layer as well as the letters themselves. And there are these 3 quilt piece dies. Now, it looks like these diagonal pieces might be the same, but they're actually different because they are tilted in different directions. And these cut 4 at a time so that you can nestle them into that stitched pattern that you die cut. So I've die cut these in a couple of different colors here. I've used the sea glass cardstock, and it takes me a second always to kind of put puzzle pieces together. So I kind of have to get oriented here. But you can see how those nestle right onto that stitched pattern. And these little triangles go into the corner of this quilt pattern. Now, all of these quilt pieces have stitched outlines, so that makes the detail even more beautiful and even more quilt-like. And you're gonna have a great time playing with different color combinations and pattern papers with this quilt top die set. Now, although this is included in the holiday release and that joy does lend itself a little to the holiday vibe, I think this die set overall can be used year-round, and I think it would make a great baby card. Now, a great way to pull some pattern into your quilt is the Be Merry pattern paper pack. This is brand new this month from Concord and Ninth and features 18 sheets of 8.5 by 11 single-sided patterns that you can die cut and use on your quilt to give it a bunch of different looks. Now, the great thing about these quilt top dies is you really can customize these and use as many or as few colors or patterns as you want. So you can go wild or you can keep it clean and simple like I've done here. I've mixed in some of that Be Merry pattern paper pack that's new this month, along with some solid colored cardstocks and a lot of white pieces, but I've layered up those white pieces to give them a little more dimension. And I created this quilt directly onto my card base. So this is a relatively flat holiday card that you could mail easily. I also added a white heat embossed Happy Holidays sentiment from the Winter Wonderland stamp set. So here's another card featuring this Poinsettia Quilt Top die set, and what I've done is I've die cut the stitched layer and then I die cut it with that outline or shadow layer as well. That allows me to pop it up using some foam adhesive onto my card base and add a little bit of twine along that left edge. And then I just added a colorful joy greeting. I die cut this from some paper that I created using various strips of cardstock. And then I added that Fa La La greeting on the top from the Winter Wonderland die set. So that's a look at the Poinsettia Quilt Top die set from Concord and Ninth. Bold and beautiful or clean and simple. I think you're going to love crafting with these dies.